Junkyard Junkie, back here with another video. Today we're going to be working on this 2001 Nissan Maxima. Now the problem with this car is in the passenger side floorboard. When it rains, and only when it rains, there will be water that drips down into the passenger side floorboard. Now normally when there's liquid dropping into the passenger side floorboard, you normally would think it's a heater core. But in this case, it only happens when it rains, so we can assume that it's water getting in from somewhere. This car doesn't have a sunroof. That could be one potential place it could be getting in from. So most likely it will be the little retainer underneath the cowling, underneath the hood. So let's get into that now. Okay, so first thing you want to do is go ahead and pop your hood. And now that we got the hood popped, we want to take our windshield wipers off. And for those who don't know, this is your cowl right here. That's what we'll be removing today. Okay, so on this car, we want to take it off right here at this circle. Now I'm using this little tool right here, but you could use a flat blade screwdriver or anything else. Just pop it off like that. So we'll do the same thing for this. And if you look here, it's got a notch on them. Maybe too hard to see. I'll show you it after I pop it off. So just get in there, pop it right off. Have to grab that off the ground. Let's see, if you look there, it's got a little lip right there that allows you to get a little screwdriver in there or whatever you're using. Okay, so now we just want to remove these nuts. They are 14 millimeter. And just remove this one. Now you got those removed, you just want to kind of press down and pull up and it'll come off. Go ahead and do the same thing over here. There we go. Okay, next thing we got to do is remove this rubber little stripping right here. Get our little pry tool underneath there, and there's these little clips. Be careful, you don't want to break them. They start coming out really easy after you get the first one. So just keep going along there, popping all those out. Go ahead and pop out these last 2 or 3. And there we go. Okay, now then if you look, it's been released a good bit. We still have some clips up near the top that have to come undone, so just pry it up, just like that. Now do the same thing on this side. There we go. Now just wiggle it out and pull it on off. Now where I'm suspecting the water's coming in from is right here at this gray piece. Right there. What happens is this is a 20-year-old car. There's a grommet that goes around it that wears out over time and will allow water to get in there. To test this theory, we're going to get a water hose and spray it on there, and we're going to see if it drips water into the floorboard. And if it does, then we know that for sure that's our problem. We can get some silicone and put around it, but make sure you put something in your floorboard to catch all the water. Okay, so we have the water hose pouring water on it. Okay, so if we look here, we can see the water coming in. Let's go turn it off. Okay, so in the previous clip, you saw that it was leaking water into the floorboard. So now we have isolated it to this one area, with this being our main culprit. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just grab our pry tool. Try not to break it. We do got to get it out of there. Okay, so first thing you want to do is just clean up in the area around it. I'm just using Scotch-Brite. I want to get that real nice and clean. Okay, so what we'll be using for this is JB Weld clear silicone. You want to use silicone, it don't have to be JB Weld, I just like JB Weld. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and take a little paper towel, make sure it's nice and dry. This stuff takes about an hour to set, So we'll have to put it on and then let it set for about an hour. All right, so now we're just going to apply this. Okay, not the best I've ever done, but it will work. Now we'll just clean up the little thing that goes right back in there. And just snap that right back in. Now we wait. So I went ahead and went around the outside of it with that silicone as well, just for extra protection. Now all we gotta do is wait an hour. Also, as a side note, if you're wondering why water won't come out of these and go to your floorboard, these are actual channels made to go up underneath the car and divert water down and not into your car. This one actually will go to your car. Okay, so it's almost been an hour now, so we'll go ahead and test it with the water. For better results, you want to let it sit as long as you can. So with the water still going, we come in here. As you can see, we have no more drops of water, so we can conclude that this is fixed. Okay, so now we put everything back in reverse order. Make sure to snap it all down. All we gotta do now is put the weather stripping back in. Okay, so you can see where it goes back in pretty easily. So you'll just take these little pieces right here and they'll snap right in. Just continue along. They go right back in pretty easily. All right, there you go. Okay, make sure that you're putting the right wiper blade on. One arm should be longer than the other usually. We'll just stick that back on there. Okay, we'll do the same for this, and just remember it's pretty much impossible to do it backwards. You can clearly tell. Okay, we'll go ahead and start our nuts by hand. That way you don't cross thread them. Now I'm just going to zip them down with my ratchet. Make sure they're on there good and tight. And finally, just make sure to snap these back in both sides. And that's going to do it for this video. I hope it was helpful. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.